Hey friends, welcome back to more Reddit stories about entitled people, crazy people, and everything in between. So make sure to subscribe for more Reddit content and let's get into today's stories. Lady asked for a favor, then told security I stole from her. I am a huge fan of my local USL soccer team. We're having a great season, by the way. I show up to the game early with my girlfriend and set up some pop-up chairs and a cooler of drinks to tailgate. As the line is at its peak to enter the stadium, an older woman walks up and asks if the car next to me was mine. To which I reply it wasn't, but mine is very close by. She asked me if I could store her purse in my car, as security wouldn't let her in with it and her very small grandkids are waiting at the front of the line. She even offered me money. I said I would be happy to do it, no money necessary. We both agreed to meet in the same spot after the game is finished. Fast forward to near the end of the game, I get a text from someone claiming to be head of security at the stadium. They told me to call them ASAP, which I did. They informed me that a woman claimed I stole her purse. I informed the man that I was just holding it for her because she asked me to, and I did not steal the purse. He then said if I don't return it ASAP, he would be informing the police of what happened. Keep in mind we're in minute 80, so 10 left in the game. I left the stadium, gave the woman her purse, and she even tried to offer money, to which I refused again. Turns out she went to security and gave them my number when I didn't respond to her "I'm leaving 15 minutes early" text in 2 seconds. I explained the whole situation to the security guy after she left, and he said he felt bad for me and gave me the advice to never be nice. I talked with the security guy for a while and we became friends. He did the best he could with the situation in front of him. He just wanted to get her out of his face. Karen demands premium hardware on a job that I did for free and paid for the parts out of pocket. I am a locksmith. Since COVID, quality of hardware has plummeted on every brand. There have been multiple locks with problems with them from every company. Yesterday, I installed a knob for a baby boomer. I only charged her for the appointment and the hardware, did not charge for labor, and gave her a veteran's discount despite not being a veteran. Well, the knob I put on was faulty. Not to bore you with the details, but it had a bad spring that allowed the knob to pop off. I completely refund her, eating the cost of gas and the hardware. She demands I replace it with a different brand. I go to the hardware store and grab a mid-level lever for her. I install it. Again, all this for free at this point while paying for the lever out of my own pocket. When I'm done, she looks at it and says, "I'm really not happy with this one. I want you to go get a better one." I tell her that I'm paying for this out of my own pocket and installing it for free. She says she should be compensated for having to call me back out. Finally, I just tell her point blank, no. Remind her that I'm paying out of my own pocket and have a family to feed. She told me it's not her problem and I need to make her happy. I ask her if after I replace it with a more expensive knob, if she feels that we should give her financial compensation on top of everything else. Without hesitation, she says, yes, I think $100 should be fair. I take the lever off and tell her, I'll be back. Drove off and blocked her number. Oh no, I'm going to get a bad review from someone who was going to give me a bad review anyways. Woman cut hundreds in airport security line. A woman bowed under a rope and stepped in front of me about halfway through a 45-minute security line at the airport. I was a little confused, so I asked her, "Did you just cut in front of me?" She confirmed that yes, she had meant to cut the line. She said, "I'm in a hurry," which is dumb because we all are. I asked her what was so important, which is when she said the most irritating thing. "I don't need to explain myself to you. Try walking a mile in someone's shoes." I had a bad day, but unlike you, bothered to plan ahead. We are all in a rush, and you have no idea how anyone else's day was. I asked her why she would disrespect all the people behind her and told her multiple times to go to the back of the line. We were in the middle of a bunch of people in windy rows, so calling security would have been a huge hassle, but I almost wish I had done it. I ended up just passing her and encouraging people behind me to do the same. I had to hold back so strong not to call her garbage. What the hell is wrong with you? Either I have to call security, which wastes people's time, or I have to let you stay in line and, again, waste people's time. It's a lose-lose deal for everyone except her. It seems like a small thing, but it's a tiny microcosm of everything that is irritating about society. I deserve my time more than you, and I don't even have to understand why. Edit. To people saying I should have called security, it would have been an even bigger disturbance to pull the ID checker away from their job and walk around to track her down. Trust me, if there had been a TSA guy within sight when she cut, I would have said something, but I'm pretty sure it would have been a waste of time to get security. That's my issue with the situation. She wasted everyone's time, and the only way to solve it would have been to waste more time. I think stepping by her was the most effective and efficient option. I'm happy with my solution, I'm just unhappy with the situation. Cheers. Daily visitors at dinner time finally decide to stop dropping in after seeing this. This happened in a small rural town to a couple I'm friends with. A young couple expecting a baby live a few towns over from their parents. Due to circumstances, the man's mom is buying groceries for them. The son tells his mom an older couple just keeps dropping in every evening, just before dinner, and always stays to eat with them. They don't know what to do to stop them. Mom says, "I am buying food for you and your family. I can't afford to feed them, too. This has to stop." "Yes, I know, and I am thinking about what I can do," said the son. Later, the son tells his mom that all is good, problem solved, and they aren't coming back. He explains that after he ate his dinner, he called his large dog over to lick the plate clean. The dog did a very good job, left nothing at all on his plate. Then he says, "Well, this one is clean." He opens the cabinet and puts it in with the other clean plates. The couple left almost immediately, not even finishing what was left on their plates, and never came back. Community building results in towing my truck and trailer out of my driveway in front of the whole neighborhood. Our neighborhood is new, only a few years old now, and the Homeowners Association Board decided that they were going to do a community building event. Our house is in one of the cul-de-sacs, and the HOA picked it as the location for this community building event. Our house has a 2-entrance driveway that I will sometimes park my pickup and trailer on when I have early jobs to get to that are closer to my house than my barn. Tomorrow is one of those such days, so my truck and trailer with my drone and all of my mixing equipment in it was sitting in my driveway. I operate an agricultural drone. This morning, I got a knock from one of the board members and they asked me if I would mind moving my trailer so that my driveway could be used as parking for this event. I countered with, "Why is anyone driving here? Our neighborhood isn't that big, and I don't want to drag my trailer out an hour to my barn just to go back out an hour tomorrow to get it when my first job of tomorrow is 10 minutes down the road." They continued to push me on it, saying, "Oh, it's Texas in the summer. Some people may not want to walk in the heat, and you should be neighborly and move your truck and trailer because it's ugly and not the image we want for our first neighborhood event." At that point, I lost my patience and told them to leave, and I would not be moving my truck from my property until tomorrow morning. Well, 3 hours ago, a tow truck backs up into my driveway and starts hooking up to my pickup that is completely on my property, not on the street, to tow it. I went out and told the truck driver that I was the owner of the house, the driveway, and the truck, and under no circumstances was he to tow it. He just blew me off and said he got the call to do it and was going to do it anyways. So in front of the whole neighborhood, our HOA board very visibly towed my truck out of my driveway with my entire business in it. Once that happened, I very angrily chewed out the board member that asked me to move my truck, about how nothing in the bylaws says anything about having a truck and trailer parked in your own driveway is against the rules, and the HOA is going to be eating the cost of the tow. After that, the crowd that was attending the event started leaving, and the board members started scrambling to do damage control. I've already had every other board member come to my house to try and smooth things over. And I've already told them that I want my truck and all of my equipment back in my driveway without so much as a rock chip in anything before midnight. And I want whoever called for the tow removed from the board and barred from running anything again. Seriously, HOAs. I can't believe the audacity to tow someone's car from their driveway because they decided to schedule an event in front of their house and it didn't match the aesthetic they were going for. Mind you, there were 4 food trailers parked on the street, all of which were the same white cargo trailer as mine. Seriously considering running for the board now so I can nip crap like this in the bud before the Karens get too strong of a hold on it. Now I'm off to go find my damn truck so I can actually go to work tomorrow. To everyone saying, "Why didn't you call the police?" They were called and I was told this is a civil matter and not a criminal one. To the keyboard warriors here saying, "Why didn't you bring out your gun? It's Texas." You are the type of person who shouldn't own a firearm. If I'd done that, I 100% would have been arrested, And instead of fighting from the sympathetic position of they illegally towed my vehicle, I'd be the lunatic who came out waving a gun around. Texas isn't the shoot first, ask questions later state you all think it is. We must get our pictures taken? Okay. I worked in a factory years ago and had what we called the Wall of Shame. It had pictures taken by a professional photographer of all office and floor personnel. As you would expect, the floor personnel were all in dirty factory clothes, office people in dress attire. This was done when that plant opened, and new hires were sent to the photographer's studio for their picture at the end of their first year. I worked third shift, and was told that I and another coworker had to go after our shift to get it done. Tried to get out of it, but was told in no uncertain terms that we had to go. Cue the seemingly harmless, malicious compliance. The coworker I went with was a drinking buddy. I told him at the bar the day before to bring a shirt and tie. He asked why, and I told him it would upset the plant manager. He was in. The next morning, we went to the studio and the photographer gave us a puzzled look. He said he thought he had 2 floor workers scheduled, not office workers. For those that don't know, floor workers at most factories are considered extremely stupid, trained monkeys. I innocently said we didn't know we couldn't look nice for our pictures. He dubiously took our pictures and sent us on our way. The fallout. About a month later, my coworker and I were called into the plant manager's office to explain our pictures. He was ready to explode when I again explained we just wanted to look nice, as our pictures were being professionally taken. He turned a deep shade of red when I added I didn't know it was against the rules for floor workers to dress up for their pictures. He dismissed us while trying not to flip out on us. My friend and I barely held our laughter in as he slammed the door behind us. It gave me great amusement to look at those pictures until they closed the plant. Alright guys, that's going to be all for today. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. As always, if you enjoyed, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So take care, I'll see you all next time.